Ray Twink-Watson again, and we are going to be doing some royal icing embroidery this afternoon for a doll cake. And we are starting by just rolling out our fondant on a non-stick board with a non-stick rolling pin. We're using blue fondant today so that all the embroidery pattern will show up very easily for you to follow through the lens of the camera. So now we are taking a Ray Twink-Watson impression mat, placing it over top the fondant, and rolling gently over the top of the mat. This is impression mat number 3 that we are using, and as you can see, the fondant has come through all of the little grooves in the mat, and if you have something that it hasn't come through, you just gently roll it over with your rolling pin until it comes through, or just press it down with your hands or the end of the rolling pin, like so. We are now going to lift off the mat, and as you can see, we have a wonderful impression left. So we are now going to take a number 0 tip and royal icing, and with our 0 tip, this is a Becknell tip, and as you can see, it flows and hangs right down when the icing comes out of the tip. Because there is no seam in the tip, if you use a seam tip, the icing will curl, making a lump or a blob right where your icing is when you start. So we're going to just start, and we're going to use the number 0 tip, and we're going to go through all the major long lines with our number 0 tip of the pattern. Lovely pattern, because for your doll pattern and all your doll dresses, because of the fineness of the tips. Alright, now you can see this is what the actual pattern looks like on paper, and what we have just gone and done with the number 0 tip is all these lines here on this side here, and this is what that looks like. We are now going to take a 0, 0 tip, and we are going to proceed to do all of these wonderful little dots here to make the Queen and lace part of the pattern. And we again make the circle, and using wonderful little dots, create the delicate Queen's and lace that this is duplicating. We're now going to do the daisy here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leaves. So it is, the daisy is right here. So we'll start with the dot in the center, and we are now going to draw out the leaf for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can draw the line in for the stem. And the other stem coming down here like so. And here, dot here, and pull. Again, for another leaf, dot and pull. Dot and pull. And And there you have that leaf pattern. We are going to do this leaf pattern now. Everybody can see it again. Again, center dot, dot and fold, dot and fold, dot and fold, dot and fold, dot and fold. Line coming down underneath the leaf, which is dot and fold, leaf pattern, dot and fold, up top a long line, coming down, dot and fold, dot and fold, dot and fold, and dot and fold. Okay, the next one we're going to do is a Queen Bess rose. It is a rose that consists of 4 petals. And again, we are just making a dot, pulling. Your tip gets clogged. Just take that pearl straight pin, put it in, and there we go. All it is a little bit of icing. This is darkening. And that's what a Queen Bess rose looks like. Only we're going to make it much smaller. Again, dot in the center. Heart, heart. Heart-shaped leaf. Heart-shaped leaf. And there you have the Queen Bess rose. We'll put another one down here at the bottom. So we have one there as well. We're going to put the daisy right beside the Queen Bess rose. So you can see the 2 flowers side by side. And there you have the Queen Bess rose and a daisy. The next flower we're going to be doing is Lily of the Valley. Lily of the Valley is a long line with 4 little dots underneath it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Followed by a long stem line filled in with 2 other lines for long leaves. Again, a leaf, a long line, followed by 2 other lines, the stem, and 4 little lines. When you're working this vine, your tip will clog quite frequently because we are using royal icing, and royal icing has a tendency to dry very quickly. And there you have some Lily of the Valley. The next one is our very famous and very favorite one of mine is a little forget-me-not flower. It is 5 tiny little dots 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And they're very, very tiny. The tinier you can make these dots, the more impressive this flower looks. Forget-me-nots are no bigger than the size of your little finger in reality, so these should be the tiniest of tiny dots that you can make. And then they're just joined by tiny little leaves. And they make a wonderful string of flowers going from one spot to another spot along a nice curve. You can always have a few extra tiny little leaves coming in along with them to embellish the tiny little flowers. And we're going to do this one, and we're going to freehand draw it between the two daisies here and here. I will draw the daisies in first. And the leaves are just a dot with a pole. And there we have a nice garland of forget-me-nots. We're now going to draw a thistle on this top part here. This is where the top of the thistle will be. This is where the crown of your thistle will be, and your bottom. And there you have a finished thistle. The bottom here we're going to do ivy. And ivy is always a series of leaves where the largest leaf is at the top, and then they get progressively smaller as they come out to the end. And of course there's a tiny stem that goes. And the nice thing about ivy is that it can just break down. So we're going to take some ivy now, and we're going to put it below our garland here of forget-me-nots. And the nice thing about ivy is that it can go over top of itself. It doesn't have to be straight, and it can give you any direction of line that you want it to take. Fern hair ivy . And in a lot of coats of arms in Britain and in Europe, you will see the ivy in the crests of the coats of arms. And there you have your finished doll embroidery for your Barbie doll patterns, and we hope you enjoy doing it.